Hi, my name's Bill Bannister. Welcome to Spare Time at Home. This class is called 15-Minute Functional Movement Routine. Ready? Let's get started. I put together today's workout based on the 5 fundamental human movement patterns, which is a push, a pull, a single leg movement, double leg or hip hinge, and a rotation. Almost all of the movements that we do in our regular day-to-day lives are a combination of those movement patterns. When you organize a workout on movement patterns, you accomplish a couple of things automatically. You work all of your muscles in a very integrative way. That is, the smaller and more assistive and stabilizing muscles are also stimulated in addition to those larger prime movers that we normally think of when we move. Also, your core muscles are worked in the way that they were designed to be, and that is as a stabilizer for the central part of the body so that we can effectively move and transmit force through our arms and legs. For this reason, we don't need a dedicated core exercise because the core is included in all of the movements that we do. So the first push movement we're going to do with a push-up, which you can either do on the floor or you can modify it to put your hands on an elevated surface. Could be something like this step right here, could be a kitchen counter at home. Just to demonstrate, the push-up is going to be straight body. Let yourself down to at least 45 degrees on the elbows and then push straight back up. It's a little easier when you're on an inclined surface, and when you're on the floor in a horizontal position, then it's the most difficult. The pull we're going to do using this medium intensity exercise band. I'm going to pull these back with my elbows wide, and then I'm going to do a second position, palms face each other, and elbows stay close to the body. And so every rep is 2 separate movements, one with the elbows wide, one with the elbows close to the body. The single leg movement, we're going to do a lunge, which you can either do on the floor or, again, on an elevated surface. On the elevated surface, again, there's not quite as much weight on the knee, and so if you have a set of stairs at home, that's an ideal place for this. You can come straight forward, drop that back knee, and push back to your starting position. Now, I call these lunge backs, and I do that because I like to think of the body as a rubber band. You're going to come straight forward, snap back to the starting position. This way, you get a little bit more of an explosive movement in there, and you also pick up the heart rate a little bit. So that's the single leg movement. The double leg or the hip hinge is your typical squatting movement or sitting movement. We're going to do what we call an air squat, that is with no external weight. So from the side view, you're going to push the hips back, shins stay relatively straight up and down. You're going to keep the back flat, not rounded forward. Keep a little arch in there and straight back up. When you stand up, extend the hip flexors all the way. Stand fully upright. So that's the double leg or the hip hinge. We're also going to do, for rotation, we're going to do a rotational raise. You can do this with body weight, or you can use various light weights. I've used a medicine ball with this before. You can also use a dumbbell. If you don't have any hand weights at home, you can use a gallon jug of water. A full gallon jug is 8 pounds. Fill it up halfway, it's 4 pounds. It also sloshes around a little bit, so it gives you additional challenge. So here, I'm going to start at about knee level, and I'm going to rotate upward to about head level. And that's the rotation. Okay, ready to get started on the whole routine. All right. First exercise of the routine, we're going to do the single leg movement, and these are step ups. So if you have stairs at home, that's great for that. If not, you can do a lunge. So as you stand up with the left, down with the left. Notice that I stand fully upright. That's 3. We're going to do 10 of these on each side. 4, 5, 6. Now you can take your time a little bit more if you like, or you can increase the pace. And 2 more. And last one. Rest for a half second here, and we're going to start with the right leg. Up with the right, down with the right. Up with the right, down with the right. This is 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. Good job. All right, next one, we're going to do the pushing motion. This is going to be a push-up. We're going to do this on an elevated surface. Again, at home, and especially if you have challenges in upper body strength, kitchen counter is a great place to do this, as long as you have stable footing. Come straight down on here. Elbows are going out to the side somewhat. All the way down. That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. Okay. We're going to switch right to the double leg movement. You notice that I'm alternating parts of the body. So I worked lower body on the first one, that single leg movement. Then I did upper body, push up. Now I'm going back to lower body, double leg this time, or hip hinge. So I'm going to show you this from the side because it's so important. Keep your back flat, push your hips back. You want to limit the amount of distance your feet come, or your knees rather, come forward. So you need to push your hips back and come straight. 1, and stand all the way up. 2, 3. This is 7. We're going to do 15 of these. 3 more. And last one. Okay. So you may tailor these rep ranges depending on your capacity for exertion. So you may start this out doing 10 of those. I prefer to do 15. The legs are busy carrying us around all day, so they're used to the work. Okay, next exercise, we're going to do the pull movement. This is going to be a horizontal pull. You can also do a vertical pull in the form of either a lat pull down or a pull up. But we're going to do the horizontal pull right now. So we're going to start out, palms face the floor, and we're going to pull those elbows wide. And then close. And 2. And 3. And 4. We're going to do 10 of these. 5. 6. 7. Get those elbows up about as high as the shoulders. And 2 more. And last one. Good. All right. And last one, we're going to do a diagonal raise. And this is a rotational movement. So we're going to start down here. Notice how the shoulders are turned, all right, about knee level. And I'm going to keep my arms mostly straight and generate that rotational force. 2, 3. We're going to do 10 on each side. 'Okay, other side. Start right here. 1. 2. 8, and we're going to do 2 more. 9, last one. 10. All right, we're going to take a rest for about a minute and start our second set. We've had our rest, about 1 minute or 2 minutes, get a little drink of water, and now we're going to start the second set, and I just want to show you a couple of modifications that can be done. The first time in our single leg exercises, we did step-ups. This time we're going to do that lunge back that I demonstrated earlier in the video. So this is going to be on a raised surface if you prefer, and if you don't have anything like that, then you can do it on the floor and you don't have to go all the way down to a 90-degree angle. So that you're going to come straight forward and spring back to your starting position. We're going to do 10 of these on each side. That's 3, 4. So I'm right down, back. Remember to bend that back knee. And one more after this. Good. Other foot. 1, 1, 10. Now we're going to move to the push-up. The first time I did this on an incline, and we're going to just do it on a mat. Straight down here. Keep the body straight and straight down. Next, we're going to do the hip hinge or the double leg. Instead of doing the air squat, which we did on the first circuit, we're going to actually sit down on this chair. As soon as your bottom touches the chair, right back up again. And again, pushing the hips back, keeping the back more or less straight. You hinge at the hips, but you're not rounding your back forward. So straight back and up. 7, 8, 5 more. And last one. Perfect. I'm going to move this out of the way. And we're on to our pulling motion. Remember, 2 positions on this, one with the wide elbows, one with the elbows close to the body. So, out and close. 10 repetitions of this. This is number 8. 9, and last one, 10. These exercises that work the back are so important because we spend so much of our day in a seated posture involved with objects or activities that are right in front of us. These front muscles get stretched out, the back muscles rather get stretched long, and they become weak. So we need to keep those nice and strong, help us with posture. Now we're going to do the ball raise, and this is the last exercise of the routine. And 10 on that side. And 2 more, and last one. Good work. Okay, so that's the end of the exercises in the actual circuit. This can be scaled from what could be considered an active recovery routine. You may go through it once, you may go through it twice at a bit of a slower pace, or you can actually speed this up, use slightly heavier weight, and this will turn into a fairly challenging aerobic routine. So either way, you're going to be working all your muscles in an integrative way, and you're going to be ready for your day. Thank you for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks very much.